If you've heard from someone, this is the only way and you should only create an ebook and this is how you're going to make money, run, run as fast as you can. There's multiple ways to make money online. I've made thousands. I've made hundreds from ebooks. I've made thousands from courses. I've made thousands from consultations. It's more simple than you think. And I'm going to show you how to get freedom by making your first passive income sale. It's a very simple process. The wrong way to go about this is to create a product first, then market it. And what I mean by marketing is kind of like just posting content. All right. A lot of people on YouTube tell you, okay, to create a product and then create content and then try to sell it through the content. This is a big problem. The big problem is what if I told you I've already made over $20,000 selling my own digital products, solving other people's problems? That was natural for me because I was already knowledgeable about the topic. And in this video, I'm going to reveal the exact strategies, principles, and tactics that you should follow if you want to do the same. And it doesn't matter if you're wanting to make your first passive income sale, whether it's $50, $500, $1,000 to $2,000, it doesn't matter. This is going to work because these are principles. Principles are meant to be carried from point A to point B and be duplicated. Everything I'm about to show you in this video, I say with confidence and integrity because I've done it. This is no fluff. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can follow along with the notes. And number one, the benefits when it comes down to selling your own digital products. The first one is you only have to do the work once. I know that sounds lazy, but you do have to do work, and that's creating a digital product, which we'll get into in just a second. I'm going to explain which ones you need to create and which one is best for you later on in the video. But just know you only have to do it once. You only have to do the work once. Number two, you no longer have to trade your time for money. Let me ask you a question. Okay. What if you were able to make more money than your 9 to 5 without you having to clock in at your 9 to 5? Like, it's that possible. I've seen it. I've seen it with students that I've coached in the past, and I've seen it in my own life. Imagine you, if you have an iPhone or an Apple Watch, you raising your wrist. Here we go with the whole crazy confetti thing going on. All right. So imagine you raising your wrist and you see a notification go off letting you know you've made $500 randomly. Like, this has happened to me while I was eating apple pie and watching Hulu. And I can't forget those things. That happened to me 2 years ago when I first learned, actually it was a year ago, when I first learned how to automate a business like this. All right. And benefit number 3 is you no longer have to have a cap on how much you make. What if you made more money in your sleep than you did at your day job? I know this sounds almost too good to be true, but in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know in order for you to get started and become confident in this process. All right. Because I'm following this. All right. Let's get straight into it. Now, this strategy, this concept that I'm discussing and talking about in this video is called, listen closely, digital marketing. Now, you might be wondering, what is digital marketing exactly? Very simple concept. All you're doing is selling a product or a service online. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't think outside the box. It's very simple. You're selling a product or a service online. This means an ebook, a PDF, a Word document. It could be an Excel template. It could be a course. Maybe you do consultations and you get on a Zoom call with students so you can help them get a solution to their problem. And I can get it. Sometimes we can look at other people on social media who have created courses or ebooks and whatnot, and we can think a few things that may hold us back. Number one is thinking that you have to be a guru. You don't have to be the most successful person in the world. You don't have to be a Michael Jordan in your industry. All you need to do is have your own experience and know how to get from point A to point B. And I'm going to explain this later on and break it down so you can become confident in knowing that, hey, you are qualified enough for you to make money passively, showing other people what to do and what not to do in something you're already knowledgeable in. The second false belief is thinking and believing that you need all the time in the world. This is just simply not true. I know we were raised and we live in a world where you are taught to trade your time for money, but in this world, you're going to be doing something that's going to replicate over time and build up assets. And what's going to happen is every time that you're away from your screen, you're going to have an opportunity to earn money without you actively having to work for it, meaning time is no longer a part of this equation. And the third false belief is thinking that you need some type of fancy gear. I'm telling you right now, I'm using my MacBook and I'm using my iPhone to record, And if you stayed this far, obviously you don't care about me having the fanciest camera. But the truth is you can start with your own experience. All right. You can make thousands part-time. You don't have to quit your 9 to 5. I know there's a ton of creators and entrepreneurs out here telling you you can quit your 9 to 5 and quit your job. You may want to quit your job, but let's be honest. All right. If you want to keep your job and do this part-time, you can still earn thousands. I've done it. And I made the big mistake of thinking that I had to go all in and quit my 9 to 5 and go all in just for me to make $5,000 to $10,000 to $6,000 per month. That's simply not the truth. If you want to, you can, but you always have a choice. And the beautiful thing about this, again, you can do it part-time because time is no longer a part of the equation, only if you follow this process that I'm showing you in this video. So real quick, before we get into how you're going to know and become confident that people are actually going to want to buy your digital product, I want you to put in the comment section right now, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to making money online? Let me know your biggest struggle in the comment section, and I promise I'll respond to each and every single one of you all. This is no AI response. This is a personal response from me. I have no team behind me or beside me to do these things. So I'm going to be replying to each and every single one of you that state your biggest struggle with making money online with digital products. I got you. All right. So how will you know that your people, the people who see you on the internet, the people who see your content, how do you know that they'll buy what you sell? It's very simple. You're going to create content and then you're going to ask. Now, I'm going to let you know what you should ask in just a second. We're going to get to that slide, but just know we're going to be creating content because people need to know who you are. They need to like who you are, and they need to trust who you are. Without that, it's going to be very hard for somebody to make a buying decision and pay you without you actively having to trade your time for it. And I just want to say this as a side note. Let me go ahead and make this full screen so you guys know I'm serious. I'm not talking about Etsy, Amazon, or any of these little platforms where you just post an ebook and then you just hope somebody buys and you don't see their face. That's a whole different type of ballpark. You're going to have to pay to play. What I'm talking about is you actually not having to pay to play, but you being authentic with what you're already knowledgeable about. And that separates you. This is called leverage. You want leverage, and this is going to help you make a ton of money in a very short amount of time. So listen up. The reason why you're not going to post on these platforms like Etsy or Amazon or any of these places where people can't see your face, or even what most people say on YouTube is, create an ebook and ask ChatGPT and create it with AI, and then you can go ahead and try to sell it. I'm not going to bull crap you. I'm telling you what I've done. I'm telling you what's made me $500 days while I haven't worked a minute throughout the whole day. I'm telling you the wrong way to go about this is to create a product first, then market it. And what I mean by marketing is kind of like just posting content. All right. A lot of people on YouTube tell you, to create a product and then create content and then try to sell it through the content. This is a big problem. The big problem is you're already creating the product before people are already asking. Okay. You want people to tell you what their problem is. So that way, when you create a product, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's what I've been asking for the whole time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've made this mistake so many times, guys. Take it from me. I've created over 30 courses. It burnt me the hell out to create that many courses in a short amount of time, thinking that people were going to buy. I had one customer and I had an audience of over 30,000 people. Tell me why only one person bought. But in the green on the bottom, I'm going to explain what I did and what always makes me money online. I create content first, and then I ask what is the struggle of the people who are watching the video? I mean, they already clicked the content. They're already watching your content, right? And you're going to ask them, you're going to give them some value, and you're going to ask them, well, what is your biggest struggle? What have you been struggling on? Kind of like what I just did about 2 to 3 minutes ago. All right. And then that's going to give you data. All right. That's going to give you data on what you should create. All right. Through an ebook, a PDF, a Word document, a template, a course, maybe a consultation, one-on-one consultations. All right. I've seen people charge $800 for a little consultation about a problem they need solved. It's not hard. You just have to do it smart. Put work smart, not hard in the comment section right now. If you got that, work smart, not hard. I almost said it backwards. One of the things that I learned this lesson through was when I was on Instagram and I was posting on a daily basis, and I was giving away a content audit for everyone who opted into this form, right? And what I mean by opted in is they submitted their Instagram username, their email, and they submitted their biggest struggle that they were struggling with to make money online. And I was going to give them a content audit on Instagram. I was going to look through their content and give them critical feedback and help them improve so they could make money online with whatever niche they were in. And this was a beautiful thing because everybody who wanted a free content audit, first of all, that was a huge value point where people were like, man, people charge for a content audit, but they entered in what they were struggling with. And so every single person who submitted a content audit, I got their number one struggle. And then I ended up personally reaching out to them in the Instagram DMs or just posting content about those struggles. And I was making around $800, maybe $1,000 a day just from that data because I created a product that was worth $500 to $1,000. And I was selling people who admitted what their struggle was. And it isn't even about like, oh, how many people can I sell? But it's about how many people can I help? But the problem is so many of us think that we already know how to help people because we know the information. And that's what people push on YouTube. It's like, yeah, create a digital product and people are going to buy this planner from you. Nobody wants to buy a planner from you. They can buy it from anybody. They can buy that from Dollar Tree. Ask people who are already interested in your face, your story, your life, your lessons, your knowledge, okay, your solution through content, which is relatively free to watch. They're paying attention to know a solution. Ask the people who care about you, okay, in your videos, in your content about what they're struggling with. And then you create a solution off of that. I know that can all sound exciting though, but these are some things that I ran into. And when I was trying to make over $20,000 a month with digital products is I thought that, because everybody else was creating a course that I need to create a course. That's far from the truth. Like I learned about myself that creating a course isn't for me because I love talking with people. I love seeing people's faces and them asking me custom questions. I don't like pre-recording content. If that's you, that's fine. Like this is the only pre-recorded content I'm going to be making. Like when it comes down to helping people, I don't need to create a course. A course takes a long time to create, in my opinion. You keep on reflecting back and people, you need people to actually get the course to give you feedback. I'd rather help people more one-on-one. So you don't need to create a course. You can create an ebook. You can go more simple. You can create a template that you use for your life, for your own situation that's helped you with a problem that you used to have. Another false belief is posting on social media takes longer. And it depends on your work ethic, to be honest. I'm not saying you have to post every single day, but consistency definitely speaks for itself. I can't tell you how many people have bought my digital products and they're like, man, I just love your consistency. It's so inspiring. And I'm like, you have no idea. Like there were so many days where I didn't feel like recording and wow, that means a lot. But they trusted me simply because I was consistent. And, that's something that you can control. It's input. A lot of people get confused between a goal and a target. A target is something you want to hit. A goal is something that you expect. Okay. A goal is more like, well, I hope I hit $20,000 a month. My goal is to hit $20,000 a month. My target is more so controlled by my input. I know that I'm going to post every single day on YouTube. Simply said, that's my target. Okay. I'm not going to connect every single input to an income goal, but I am going to say that I can control my target. And posting on social media, it really depends on how authentic you are and who you're helping and your consistency. Now, I know that was a mouthful. I don't want to overwhelm you. I really want to break it down to you on a more simple path, a path where you don't have to guess and feel confused on which route is best for you when it comes to making money online. So what I have for you is a live class that I'm going to be hosting. Okay. You're going to find that in the link in the description down below. I'm going to have a live class where I'm going to be showing and teaching you all, a handful of you all, okay, how to make your first passive income sale. Simple as that. There's so many different ways. If you've heard from someone, this is the only way, and you should only create an ebook, and this is how you're going to make money, run, run as fast as you can. There's multiple ways to make money online. I've made thousands. I've made hundreds from ebooks. I've made thousands from courses. I've made thousands from consultations. It's more simple than you think. And I'm going to show you how to get freedom by making your first passive income sale. It's a very simple process. And I'm going to show you that in the live class. But you need to hit the link in the description down below to be notified when that live class is, so you don't miss out. But now let's talk about the best platform to use. All right. Why do I prefer YouTube over Instagram, even though I've made over 6 figures using Instagram? That should tell you something. I've made over 6 figures using Instagram. Why am I switching over now to YouTube? It's kind of sad. Let me tell you. When I was posting on Instagram, it required a lot more input. You have Instagram stories. You have to reply back to DMs, reply back to comments. They recommend you post 3 to 2 times a day. I'm good on all that. Like, it requires a lot more input for you to make the same, or if not a lot more money on the YouTube side, which we'll get to in a second. But another thing on Instagram is it's hard to build a connection. I always tell my students that people go on Instagram when they don't want to make eye contact in a grocery store, right? They just openly scroll. They're not actively looking for a solution. Oh, well, let me go on Instagram and find out how to do calculus. Let me go on Instagram and find out how to keep a tidy living space. They don't do that on Instagram. They don't even, people don't even know what they're going to see. Even when they're scrolling, they're just one post, they're laughing, they scroll up, the next post, they're like, oh, well, I should save this because this is a good recipe. And then they go up again and like, oh, haha, that's funny. Like, I'm good on that. I'm not about to be mixed into a crowd of other creators that don't have the same target as me. And neither should you. That's why I shut down my Instagram business. That's made me over 6 figures. And I transitioned to over YouTube. And mind you, I did make my first sale within a month. I'd say a month and a half of posting on YouTube. Okay. Maybe about a month. All right. But anyways, YouTube requires less input. I don't have to post on stories. I get to reply to comments. Yes, that's always exciting. But I don't have to personally DM people. It's all automated through email. YouTube, I get to post 1 time a day. And it's just a beautiful process. You all are actually looking for a solution. You're actively typing in, or your algorithm is showing you just the things that you've been recently looking up. Hence, you are a higher valued lead. All right. A lead just means someone who's interested in a business that has the potential to pay attention or to pay for a product or a service. So you want to have the same thing when it comes to you making money online. Okay. Because if you don't have attention, you're not going to have a customer, bottom line. And I'd rather have a customer, or I'd rather have attention of the people who are actively looking for the solution that I'm talking about in my content versus someone who just randomly found my video. It's going to be more difficult to convert them into a paid customer. A second thing about YouTube is it's more sustainable with connection. I've shared a lot of my life on this YouTube channel. It's sad to say, but Instagram really doesn't care about your life. Like, everybody care on Instagram. It just seems like everybody cares about aesthetics and stuff. I don't have the time to be doing all that aesthetic stuff. Even when I was a full-time content creator, it was, when I say content creator, I mean like entrepreneur. Even when I was doing it full-time, like right now I'm working a 9 to 5, but like even when I was doing it full-time, it was so much of a hassle. It's like, oh, well, I hope the sun is up. I got to get this angle. I hope nobody's in this office space so I can film this and that. Man, I'm in my bedroom right now filming off my laptop and my iPhone. It's more simple than you think. Don't think that you need to look like someone else. You will build a more sustainable connection on YouTube because they're longer form videos and you get to talk more and you get to show your experience and your knowledge more and help people out. They'll actually listen to you. Like, I've seen people all the time sit in their cars, have their phone propped up on their windshield, and listen to a YouTube video while they're in traffic. I do that myself. I don't always have to watch the video. I can listen as well. I've done it in the gym. I've done it on the treadmill. YouTube is just way more sustainable when it comes down to your connection, and it will give your business and your income longevity. I know a ton of people tell you Instagram will pay you this, Instagram will pay you that. I'm telling you right now, I'm in it for the long run. I'm not in it just to make $20,000 again and then just leave. I'm in it for the long run. And so should you, especially if you want to live a life that has freedom without you trading your time for money on it. But I know that can feel overwhelming because it's like, well, Jay, I don't have as much time as you to film content. I don't have a camera. I'm telling you, pick up your iPhone. Okay. Pick up your iPhone and record with your front camera. All the cameras are good enough, and share your experience. All you need to do is talk about something that you're knowledgeable in or passionate about. And what'll happen is the people who are looking for the solution, if you knew how to lose weight because you lost weight in your life before, then just share that journey, share your struggles, share the things that you learned, the mistakes that you made. That's all you have to do. I've done a lot of business. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about it, because I get to tell you about the mistakes that I've made and the things that I have improved off of from my experience. So you don't have to learn a new skill. The only skill you have to pick up is learning how to communicate and just talk to the camera. And that's exactly why, again, that I'm having my class, my live class, to show you how to get freedom by making your first passive income sale online. All right. I'm going to be showing you the tips and the things that I do to help me improve my speaking online and be able to put information out there through content, through your experience and your knowledge, so people feel the urge to pay attention to you, but also pay you because of what you already know. Now you might be wondering, now I know how to make content, but how do I build a loyal audience? Do I have to go viral? Do I have to make sure that I have an editor? I'm telling you this right now. The only way for you to authentically build a loyal audience is through consistency and giving value. All right. Value can be in a way of entertainment. It could be in a way of teaching. It can be a way of presentation. It could be a way of you not having any edits. It doesn't matter. I know there's a ton of people who say, yeah, or they have their videos out there and it's like, man, I got to learn how to edit like them. You know how many videos I got of me not having fancy edits on this channel. All right. Like I experiment with a lot of my videos. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. This video took me longer to create because I had to build the slides before, but I don't know how well it's gonna do until I post it. But then there's a lot of videos where I've just been in my car or been at the same desk and not shared my screen, and I've gotten like the highest views from those things. So I'm experimenting. It's more about consistency. And I don't say consistency in the same way that every other person on YouTube has said it. Be consistent and you'll hit your goal. No, be consistent and you'll know what works. Okay. If you made it this far, say consistency shows me what works. Consistency shows me what works. That's what you really need to look at. That's what the most important thing is. It will show you what people who are already watching you, it will show you exactly what they want to see. I saw a pattern in my content from me being consistent. I posted 100 videos over a couple of months, and I found out that me talking more enthusiastically gives longer retention in my videos, meaning people watch my videos longer when I speak with this energy. And I had to ask myself, well, if I want to stay consistent, and consistency has showed me that you like my videos where I'm talking with a lot of enthusiasm, how can I stay enthusiastic? Well, I can't read a script. I can't. It has to come from my heart. I can't fake these things. It has to come from my heart. That's how you're going to be consistent as well. Okay. What are the things that you could always talk about no matter what? The big benefit of this all, though, is you're going to be able to make money faster because your content will be doing the work for you. Remember when I said a couple minutes ago that when you consistently post content, you're going to have stacked up assets? Well, assets can mean that you're in real estate or that you're in stocks, but in the entrepreneur world with digital marketing, this means content. Your content is on the internet forever as long as you keep it up there. And what happens is when people are looking for that solution that you show them, whether it's you changing a car tire or you working on cars or learning how to dress more fashionably or cut hair or lose weight or do business, those things that you're posting content on, people are actively looking for. But I know by now you're wondering, well, Jay, what is the digital product that I should make? And my honest answer to you is you should create the digital product that you can handle. I told y'all, like, I'm not a course creator. I had to find out the hard way. I've created like 35 courses. And even though I've made probably around $5,000 from courses out of the 20,000, I found out that courses aren't for me. I don't enjoy creating a whole bunch of videos that people have access to after they purchase to get a solution to learn how to get freedom by making passive income online. I love talking to my clients, to my students, hearing their story, helping them brainstorm, helping them find a custom solution, because a course, in my opinion, for me, in my experience, it's not a one size fit all. Just because somebody created a course doesn't mean that it's going to work for everyone. I would value myself as a student custom feedback off of my own lifestyle, my own time that I have available, my own skill set, and what I want to achieve in my own life. I would value custom feedback a lot more. But for you, you have to figure out what works for you. I'm a person that could talk life into people and they feel energized. And I've gotten a lot of good reviews off of me doing one-on-ones with students. So I'm going to stick with that. I stick with what you all like the most from me. And now with you, you can start off small with a PDF, a template. Maybe you want to create a mini course. If you're that type of person, great, do so. But you have to know that you need to start with the one that you can handle. All right. That's also going to be the one that people value because you're helping them have the transformation that they want. So now that you know what I'm doing to earn $20,000 in digital product sales and how you're going to do so as well. You want to make sure that you don't miss out on the principles needed for you to hit consistent income online and become the person that attracts money through the work that you put in, so you can get freedom and make passive income online. So that video is going to pop somewhere along your screen, and I'll see you in that next video. I'm out. Peace.